Anyway, so yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, welcome, hello, Xiao here. And if you're someone who's watching this on YouTube, first of all, I would like to thank you for clicking the video. And this is not, okay, this is not a Blue Archive review. This is just me telling my whole story, my background, how I got into the game, my progression. So this is gonna be a long one, probably 1 hour video, but I will do my best to edit and cut some parts out. And there will be no proper editing and stuff, or flashy editing, flashy visuals, and so on. It's just me talking. So if you click this and then expecting something in here, maybe later, because I still have some stuff to show into the stream and for YouTube as well, regarding my past, I would say. But yeah, where should I start? I think that's it for disclaimers, right? Not a review, how I got into the game. Yeah, so I would like to start the story from my background. Okay, so let's start way back 2006, 2007, around there. My main game was World of Warcraft. Okay, yes, I'm old. I know what you're thinking. I am an old man. I'm mostly a MMORPG player, and I've played since I think it was the final patch of Vanilla, because it was before TBC. For those who played World of Warcraft, probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and along the way, I also played multiple MMOs, but I won't mention their names because pretty much irrelevant to the story. I mostly played WoW anyway. Alright? And then yeah, I'm pretty old. Sorry, I don't have any script, so I'm trying to remember what was I doing back then. And I think the next biggest thing was 2011. I got into this game called Fate Unlimited Codes. So apparently it was my welcoming game to a much bigger franchise, I would say. Like, it was called Type Moon Multiverse or Nasuverse or however you call it. Those people probably know what I'm talking about. And yeah, that was the start of my what's the proper term? Waifu collection? Waifu obsession kind of thing? Because back then I was so clueless, like their names were like Saber, Archer, and so on. And then I fell in love with Artoria, which was named Saber back then. And like, plate armor, kind of like a paladin, reminded me of Agrias from Final Fantasy Tactics, for those who know who she is. Right? Also Gloria from SOC, Sword of Convalaria. Sword of Convalaria, right? Yeah, also got addicted to that game, but we'll get to that later on the gacha section, maybe. So yeah, where were we? 2011, right? And then 2013, I got into Love Life. It was an anime about school idols, and then I went deeper into the waifu collection slash obsession stuff, and it turns out there's a real Love Live as well. And then I got into the game. I've played that game for so long. I think that was my first gacha. And I didn't even know what gacha actually means until much later, right? Like, it's more like gambling. Like, I was just thinking gambling, and then you get a UR, which is like equivalent to a 3-star in Blue Archive or a 5-star in some other games. And it's mostly a rhythm game, right? And then 2015 came. July 2015. Oh my goodness, that was 11 years ago, man. Wow, it's been that long, huh? I'm so old. Holy shit, let me just take a sip first. So yeah, 2015, a game called Fate Grand Order was announced. And as I said earlier, my welcoming game for the Type Moon multiverse was Fate Unlimited Codes. So from there on, I've read or slash played some other works from the Type Moon. like Tsukihime, like Real Tanuwa, Halo Ataraxe, and some other stuff that I don't remember now. But yeah, I was a day one player of Vagrant Order back in JP server. Man, those times I was still using Q app, you know, into an emulator just to play the game. And then around the same time, yeah, mid 2015. No. I started Vagrant Order July 2015, and then around maybe September or October of 2015, my sister, Aka, shout out to my sister, asked me to try out a game called Summoner's War. So yeah, man, Vagrant Order and Summoner's War, two of the worst gacha rates ever. Like holy crap! But yeah, I've played them for I don't know 2 to 3 years, like both of those games, and then eventually I stopped playing both games, and then I came back to World of Warcraft. No. Wait, before that, so I just remembered. While I was playing Vagrant Order and Summoner's War, I got in contact with my previous classmates back in university. Also, some of them were my bandmates because I also played in a live band before as a drummer, for those who doesn't know. They invited me to play Dota 2 again. So I played Dota for a bit, but mid 2016s, man, I couldn't handle the toxicity at all. Like every single game, you know, like talk shitting in chat, like your mom's this, your mom's that, you are noob, you are bad. Like even though you don't know them, like all the freaking game, every game, like solo mid, blah blah blah, and so on. And I just told them, I cannot deal with this. It's not good for my mental health, man, because I tend to just stay away from things I don't like. Okay, I hate all of those negative stuff because I have my own shit to worry about, you know. So why should I care about other people? Like being real. And then after that, I've lost contact to all my in real life friends and my bandmates and so on. So I decided to go back to World of Warcraft. So I played the game, but yeah, man, $15 a month is way too heavy. And around 2018, I think, my sister invited me to play World of Warcraft again. Okay, so basically it was a new expansion. It was BFA, Battle for Azeroth, I think. No, was it 2018 or 2017? But yeah, so we came back to World of Warcraft together. And then late 2018, what was that game? So my sister tried this game called, I think it was Warframe. I could be wrong on this, but if I'm wrong, my apologies. But I think it was Warframe. And then she asked me, what do I think about streaming? Okay. And I was like, back then, this is my mindset back then, okay? Please don't judge yet. So back then, I was like, why would I watch someone play a game? That was in my head. Because I didn't know anyone, like I don't know Twitch. Like for YouTube, I just listen to music. But I didn't know, like there were things called like game streaming where you play a game and then people watch you play. And I'm like, that's kind of dumb, isn't it? Because why would I watch someone play a game where I can just play it myself? So I'm like, no, I don't care about that. And then turns out she started streaming, and then she messaged me on Discord. So she was, because it's our main form of communication, right? Discord. And then she asked me to click this link, like twitch.tv slash I think it was her name, like Akazukin something. And then I was like, what is this? Then I opened it and it was her. My sister brought a freaking camera and she was using a PS4 that time. Yeah, she didn't have a PC back then. Yeah, this was 2018 or early 2019-ish. And then she asked me on DMs on Discord. She was like, "What do you think about the camera? Is it?" She asked me to tell her the quality of the stream. So back then she was streaming like 360 or 240 only, like bad camera. Like how was the audio? And that time I told her it was the aircon, the air conditioning unit on her room was so loud. And then I just stayed there for like I don't know an hour or something. And yeah, she was just testing the quality of the stream and so on. And then next day, she asked me to do the same thing. So on her second day or third day of streaming, mostly second day, she asked me to go back to her stream. So I came back to her stream, and then like one by one, people came to her stream. Like people she didn't know, like oh, do you want to play together? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And wow, I thought to myself, wow, that was actually cool. And they were asking her since when she was playing, those questions about game and stuff, or where are you from? Do you want to play together? Blah blah blah. And so I was, what's the term? Inspired? I guess the term is inspired. Because I was like, oh, so I can talk to other people that way. Because if you've been paying attention to the story, I don't have any friends anymore. During those times, I've lost contact. I don't have Facebook. I quitted Facebook because, like I said, I don't deal with shit with other people. No online friends, no real life friends. I don't hang out anymore. I don't play in a band anymore. So during those times, I was just playing World of Warcraft, doing public raids, public dungeons, with randoms. And yeah, but when I was watching my sister, I was like, why should I just try streaming as well? But back then, I never had my own PC, and my laptop is like pretty much for office because World of Warcraft doesn't have a very high system requirements. Okay? And then weirdly enough, I asked my sister because once again I was kind of inspired. I was like in that zone, like how like I feel like I want to try it. Okay? And then if there's anyone lurking, whoever, maybe you can chat, okay? You can interrupt me, it's fine. But yeah, shout out to everyone, people who dropped by. But yeah, this will be uploaded to YouTube in due time, at a later date. So, I asked my sister if, her opinion, if I should start streaming. And then she was like, yeah, go for it. And I told her, can I borrow your PC? Right? And then she was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then my settings back then, like, I didn't know what I'm doing, man. Like, yeah, it was so messy. It's still messy now, but it's less messy, I would say. But yeah. Yeah, less messy, I would say. And then I started streaming World of Warcraft. It was BFA at around May or June 2019. So pandemic wasn't announced yet during this time, okay? And then yeah, so some people drop by, and then, do you want to queue for dungeons? And then they're listening to me while we're doing it. We're doing raids, leveling together. And then I met like a few people, like daily people, regular viewers. I'm not sure what's the proper term for them. And then at around August, I'm pretty sure it was August 2019, I became an affiliate of Twitch. So that means average of 3 in 1 week. I think average of 3 viewers for 1 week, and then 50, was it 50 followers or 100 or something like that. And then I became an affiliate, and then people started subbing, giving bits, giving donations. But yeah, I was thankful for sure. I don't mean to sound hypocritical, but I'm sorry, I really have to say this because this is true. As cringe as this sounds, I never thought about that before. Because my main goal was to find people to talk to, friends, you know? As cheesy or as cringe as it sounds, it's true, guys. Like, no cap, I'm not lying at all. I'm dead serious. Like, people to play with, people to talk to, because I don't have anyone else. Aside from my family, of course. But yeah, and then around. So I got affiliated August, and then at around October, around there, I think there was a big patch that time, and then somehow some of my closest friends, they stopped playing World of Warcraft. My sister also quitted the game. She unsubbed to WoW, and then some of my less closer friends started doing solo-ish content. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a dungeon in World of Warcraft, but you're supposed to be soloing it. And we had less contact and so on. And since my sister stopped playing WoW, I'm like, maybe I should just stop playing it as well. And so I stopped playing. And then I was thinking, I still want to continue streaming though. But I wonder which game or what game do I want to stream? Maybe something I would love to do. Maybe this time I want to play a single player, you know? Because I wanted to test out what's gonna happen if people watch a streamer that plays a single player game, right? Because in my head, during this time, I thought to myself that people would come to my stream because they want to play with me. So, when was it? Around October-ish. I found out, it was pretty late, but I found out that Fate Grand Order had an English version. So I was like, maybe I should try this because I've played that game before. I was so deep into the multiverse. And yeah, why not? And so I installed Fate Grand Order. I decided to stream it back in 2019. So Fuyuki, right? What's it called? Singularity? Or something like that? During this time, my schedule switched. Um, I tend to stream early afternoon around 6 and I stream until 5 or 6, right? Because that's the only time I could borrow my sister's PC. And so I've started streaming, and then on that freaking first day, I already have a viewer. His name was Mapo Tofu. So shoutouts to Tofu, but he doesn't come to my stream anymore, but I hope he's doing fine. And then yeah, I was talking to him, like he was asking me like, am I a returning player? Do I have an idea how to play the game? And then of course I told him the truth that I've played since day one, since 2015 of JP, but that was my first day in the English version. Okay, and yeah, cool. Who's your favorite servant? Blah blah blah. You know, FGO stuff. And then I didn't finish the first Singularity because I enjoyed talking to him. And then he asked me, when are you gonna stream next? And I told him, I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow at the same time, around 2 p.m. And then, yeah, I was looking forward for the next day. And then the next day came. He was already in the freaking stream, man. Like, he was waiting. And then, I think around half an hour into the stream, or 1 hour into the stream, 2 more people came to my stream, and apparently they were friends of his. So shoutouts to Rhapsody, yes, still a regular friend of mine, a viewer in the chat, and Tatsuya Ren. So 3 of them. And yeah, turns out they correct me if I'm wrong on this, and maybe they're gonna be watching this, but they were moderators or officers of a group in Facebook or something like that. But I don't remember clearly. And then just the usual chat, and then just playing the game. I'm sharing them my thought process and so on, and then gacha rolls and stuff. And then 1 week into streaming, right? Still same time. This is still 2019, by the way. So maybe around mid-November ish. More people came to my stream, like Oni, Bedimit, Zach Mai, more names. Probably I don't. Darky. Yeah, a lot of them, like Naomi. There should be more, like more than 10 ish, minimum, right? And then channel was kind of booming, like minimum 10 viewers. I got raided by Kita Sean back then. And then people kept on asking me, right? Like, the usual stuff. And then people suddenly started asking me, what do I think about this character, that character, and so on. And then, there's more to this than that, right? And then, I guess they liked my honesty. I guess some of them liked it. And I got this idea. Oh, wait, hold on. Before that, they made my own, what's it called? Discord server. And then they made all the stuff, the channels. I don't know how to do it, but yeah, it was really cool. And then it's gonna announce whenever I go live to Discord. But yeah. And then I had this idea. Since people tend to ask me about my opinions anyway, I've made something called Rate My Waifu. Okay, so for those who doesn't know, just for context, so on Twitch, right, the more you watch a streamer, more channel points you get, and then you can redeem it for like rewards, like different rewards. Whoever, like whatever your streamer set there or something. Excuse me for the burp. Okay. And then, Rate My Waifu. I told them that I will be rating it 1 to 10. Describe how I see their character, their waifu rather, and then I'll be dead honest. Okay, I cannot lie because if I like something, like you bet your ass, I really love it. Like if I actually hate something, you will hear it from my own mouth. Okay, and I'm not sure if it was the best decision or the worst decision, but we'll see. And so, I lost quite a lot of viewers because of that, because somehow they cannot take my honesty, man. Like they're gonna be redeeming it like, this character is from this game, how about you rate it and stuff. And of course, because of my honesty, right, I will tell them, your waifu actually looks garbage. You know what, I'm gonna rate it 0 because it's pure trash. Like, your taste is really bad. But I didn't mean to sound offensive, but I was just telling the truth. Right? I cannot lie, like, it looks so pretty, but in my eyes, it looks so ugly, right? But yeah, it was one of the reasons I lost quite a lot of followers even, and my average viewers came so low. But it didn't matter to me because there were still people who stayed every single day, right? We've been reading the story. And then 2020, right? Around February or March, pandemic came. Everything shifted. I cannot borrow my sister's PC anymore because all of us are in the house now, right? Because of the freaking lockdown. And then what happened after that? Yeah, I didn't stream for one whole freaking year. So the whole 2020, I didn't stream at least once and so on, but I was just, chatting with them on Discord and so on. And then I told them that I'm gonna continue reading the story of FGO once I start streaming again. But somewhere along those lines, I find myself, it doesn't feel the same way as how I was streaming it. Like when I was only playing single player, like alone at home. playing FGO, it doesn't feel alive, you know. I've been kind of missing the viewer interactions, the chattings and stuff. And I told them I cannot do it anymore. But the 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 Discord server is still alive. But 2021, early 2021, around March, I think, I've like the lockdown wasn't as strict anymore, so we were able to go back to the mall and stuff, and then I managed to get myself my own laptop because not a PC, because I tend to switch from places to places, right? So I had to something that I could carry and play the game at the same time. So it was a gaming laptop, and then like without any announcement, I started streaming, and it was World of Warcraft. I once again, when I quitted FGO during the pandemic, I came back to World of Warcraft again, and it was Shadowlands, right? And I played it, I streamed for quite a bit, and then some viewers came back, my my original viewers, regular viewers and stuff, and then they were like, "When are you gonna streaming? When are you gonna stream FGO again?" And then turns out I lost my account because for those who never played FGO, okay, it never had. I'm not sure about now, okay, but back then, around 2019 to 2021, FGO never had this thing about connecting to email. Like you don't have a proper account. Like you really don't have an account. It's more like every time you log out, you need to get a key, like a passcode key or whatever, and then with that, you have to save that somewhere, and then alongside that, you have your own password. Okay? And then since I bought a new laptop, right? I don't know, maybe I deleted or formatted my previous one that time. So we started from the very beginning. I stream FGO again, but we skipped the stories that we've already read on stream and so on, and then channel started to grow again. And then I think it was, yeah, I was switching between FGO and Summoner's War around this time. Yeah, because I also streamed Summoner's War along those lines, along those days. So I've been switching FGO and Summoner's War, I think. And then of course, I still had the freaking Rate My Waifu on the stream, right? And Rhapsody redeemed it, and he told me, "What do I think about this character?" And then it was from a game called Genshin Impact. And then the name was Yelan. And so I reviewed her. And oh dear lord, when I saw Yelan, I freaking lost my mind, man. Like, holy crap. For those who are wondering what kind of reaction I did, I'm not sure if it's the exact one, but it's on my YouTube channel. The same way I saw Hiromi for the first time. That's how I pretty much reacted to seeing Yelan for the first time. And then fast forward a bit, we talked a bit, and then eventually I started playing Genshin Impact live on stream. And then for those who doesn't know who Yelan is, who doesn't play Genshin Impact, you guys can just Google it. I'm not gonna show her on stream right now because I might get tempted to reinstall the game, and I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna be tempted. Like, she still lives in my head rent-free, by the way. I mean, up to your imagination which head, though. But yeah, kidding aside. So I've played Genshin Impact for so long, man. I was so active about it, and then people started watching me, and then people giving me Welkin Moons. So for those who doesn't know what a Welkin Moon is, it's like a monthly pack that gives you premium currency on the freaking gacha. I was free to play for so long, but they're just gifting me that just to play the game. But yeah, and then eventually I got Yelan, and then I became a meta slave and so on and so forth. And then mm, after 1 year of playing Genshin, my friend Rob again asked me if I'm gonna be playing Honkai Star Rail. So this time, he never redeemed Rate My Waifu. He just asked me about Honkai Star Rail. So I'm like, what the hell is that? Because I don't really, with the trendy stuff and so on, I'm not updated with all those. And then I looked into it and wow, it was a turn-based game. And then he told me it's the same developers, so Hoyo, right? And then, yeah, he never asked me to review anyone there. So I was watching character trailers and stuff. Wait, was it character trailer? Or character showcase, I guess, for HSR back then. And oh boy, I saw Kafka. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be playing Honkai Star Rail. Hello, Hayes. When are we going to play Blue Archive? Maybe about an hour. I'm gonna be yapping for 1 more hour. Yeah, I announced this last night. I'm gonna be telling my whole story about BA. So sorry about that, but yeah, that's my agenda for today. I don't even know if I'm actually gonna play, to be honest with you, because unless I finish my story, this is gonna be uploaded on YouTube. So yeah, but if that's the thing you only want to see, then I cannot give you false hopes. But how are you doing? Good evening. So yeah, this is more like a just chatting stream. Yeah, welcome. So where was I? What was it? Yeah, I got into playing HSR. So that was the time that I started making content for the game. I started YouTube because of that, and it was the worst decision that I have ever made, because when I made content for it, I wanted to be a guide maker. I was clearing all contents and stuff. And then people started arguing with me, even though I was trying to help them clear the games, and like, I still remember, was it Swarm? Kind of like Storm Disaster. I taught people how to easily clear it, And then people are telling me what I'm doing was wrong and so on, but I just got fed up with it. And so I deleted every HSR video that I made. Some of those even reached 1,000 views, which was a lot to me even now. But yeah, and I still continued streaming the game. Okay, and then I think I was switching between Honkai Star Rail and Blue Arc. Not Blue Archive yet. Honkai Star Rail and Genshin, and then here it goes. So Ruff redeemed the channel points again, and he asked me to review a character named Asuna from a game called Blue Archive, a game that I've never heard of before. Okay, so back then, Blue Archive wasn't on Steam yet. Okay, and yeah, it's only on mobile. So I had to. No, I never started playing the game yet. So I saw Asuna. Right? You know what? Let's switch background for now. Okay, let's switch into. Oh, oops. Let's switch to. There we go. Let's switch to Asuna. So I reviewed Asuna on live, and then I was like, oh boy, oh my goodness. Like, do I need to elaborate further? And then that never triggered me to play the game yet. Okay? And then I'm pretty sure it happened on the same day. My friend Ruff redeemed another Rate My Waifu. And the character's name was Karin. Okay? Wait, can we switch? Yeah, it was Karin next. And so, okay, my face is on the right spot, good. And so, I'm like, dude, and I love maids, man. Like, I really love the aesthetics of a maid and so on. But it never triggered me to play the game yet, because around this time, I was still heavily invested into Genshin and HSR, because I was pretty much pushing, what's it called? Abyss? Or something like 36 stars? I forgot what it's called. But yeah. And then this happened 2 years ago, okay? maybe January or something like that. And then maybe a week later, after that, my friend Rob redeemed another. No, actually before this, he continued redeeming. Maybe he was trying to convince me to play the game, right? He kept on redeeming. He mentioned a lot of other names. I probably don't recall anymore, but most of them are from Blue Archive. And then a character named Aru. I had to review Aru and I was like, bro, this character is so cool though. Like her posture, she was like a boss, right? And then her coat reminded me of Yelan and Kafka and so on. And then that triggered me to play the game, but I wanted it to be a secret, okay? Excuse me for the burp. Let me... excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. So, around February 2024, okay, I wanted to make it as a surprise for him, okay, because I might be wrong on this, but I think Blue Archive was his main game. That time, he was streaming it and so on. And so, I started in secret, okay? I just installed the game, and then I planned to stream the game on February 19. 2 years ago today, February 19, okay? It was his birthday. I can never forget about it because he shares the same birthday as Hina and Kisaki. They all have the same birthdays. And so I started 1 week before February 19. I'm not sure the exact date, but it's probably around February 12-ish. Okay? And so I was doing my own thing off stream, right? Because I was preparing to show my account 1 week later. And then as it turns out, my laptop broke on February 18. It actually broke down, motherboard failure whatsoever. And I never had a freaking laptop after that. Okay, so what I'm gonna be telling you for now is what happened on that first week. So I got into Blue Archive. As always, I'm going in blindly. And then I installed the game. I rolled the gacha, right? And then, just for context, whatever gacha games I've played in the past, I never re-roll, okay? Whatever first character I get, I just play along with it. Like, whatever, okay? And so, I rolled the gacha. My first ever 3-star character was Aru. And I didn't know anything about meta back then. The only thing I know is I was just so happy seeing Aru in-game. And I thought to myself, man, this game is for me. Right? And yeah, I started playing the area missions and so on. And I realized that in Blue Archive, it's different from the other gacha games that I've played because the highest level that you can get for your characters is your player level. So since day 1, I've been using pyroxenes to refresh energy. That's because that's the only way for me to be able to catch up to people much faster. Okay, so yeah, and then I just cleared every area missions because every Blue Archive player knows this, but I still say it anyway. The higher area mission you clear, the higher the level of your cafe will be. And the higher your cafe level is, the more free energy you get, like cumulatively. Or should I say retroactively? What's the proper term? But yeah, the more time passes, the more energy it accumulates and then you can just claim it. You guys know what I mean, right? And then, I hit a... should I say a wall? Or something? Because I wanted to pull for a character. It was Hanako Banner. Okay? It was this one. I'll show you guys. Wait, let me put her up. Hold on a sec. So, swimsuit Hanako. Oops, wait, what? Ah, I have to go next. I see. Oops. So, it was this character. So, like I said, I didn't know what am I supposed to do in the game, and I didn't know how good she was. I never thought she was gonna be meta. I didn't know how strong she was. I didn't know anything about fest banners back then. What I know is just, I think I need more characters because I've been looking for some supports, you know, kind of, just to progress into the game. And what fascinated me during this time is that, let me go to her character model, right? Oops. Wait, I cannot click her? Alright, so Hanako, right? How do I... Okay, here. So, when I was browsing the banners, I was like, Blue Archive seems to be a game about guns and stuff. Once again, I was so clueless about this. Like, out of context, I was like, why the fuck do they have halos? Why all quote-unquote high school students have guns? Like, I wasn't reading the story this time, okay? And I saw Hanako, I was like, this girl is not using a gun. She's using a water hose as a weapon. She should be strong. And so, I tried pulling for her. And that time, I was broke, man. I was broke because I was refreshing, using pyroxenes to gain sensei level, player level. Wait, let me go back to... How do I go back? So yeah, I was using pyroxenes to refresh energy. So I had to skip the stories, okay? This is also what I did back in FGO, and read them later, right? Sure, I wanted to read the story of Blue Archive for the first time live on stream, but I was doing it in secret, okay? Keep in mind, I was trying to do it in secret, so what I did was skip through all the stories, okay? In 1 week, I think I reached around between level 31 to level 35. Around there, I will never forget about it because in Volume 3, we were supposed to fight Hieronymus. It was an episode called Hatred That Is Not Our Own. Okay? And then I got past that. I beat it in 3 teams. No, not 3 teams. 3 attempts, sorry. 3 attempts. Like Tsubaki, Yuka, Swimsuit Koharu because welfare, and then Serena, I think. But yeah, I reached 200 for Hanako. Once again, I didn't know about fest banners. I didn't know it had double rates back then. But little did I know, I also got Swimsuit Oji-san and OG Mika alongside her. But I never paid attention to them. I didn't know. I didn't read them back then yet. And so, yeah, that's what happened on my first week of Blue Archive. And then Total Assault goes. Okay? Yeah, it was Total Assault. It's not Grand Assault. Of course, as always, I'm not reading guides or watching guides. I went in blindly. Okay? So, easy mode, or was it normal mode? Was it the lowest one? The first time I fought Gauze, I was like, this is just like a tank and spank, kind of like Hieronymus on Volume 3. So I went in blind, and somehow this boss summoned ads, okay? I mean, Hieronymus on Volume 3 also summoned ads, if I remember correctly. I was like, okay. And not only that, he summoned a freaking train. Like, on the side of the map, right? I was like, oh crap. And then it ran over 2 of my characters dead. Oh crap, dude. And then I started reading my characters, right? Because around this time I was just leveling whoever I wanted, like Aru, OG Hasumi. I had Serena as my healer, and then I started reading. I was browsing through my character collection, right? There should be something that could make my characters move. Basically a reposition, okay? The only character I had back then, keep in mind, this is my first week into the game. The only character I had was Kotori. So that's why she had only like tier 2, tier 1. I stopped leveling her at some point. Oops, what? But yeah. And then second train came. I thought I was like, I can do this boss. Right? And then mid-fight, somehow, it transitioned to phase 2. Once again, I was going in blind all the time, okay? I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but yeah. And somehow, I wasn't doing any damage. Ghost became 3, and then I failed. I failed the run. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I kept on trying, and then somehow I found out that there's one ghost that draws blue cards or dark blue cards. The other two draws pink or something. And the same problem was I need to get my characters close to the real ghost. Back then, I never had any, what's it called? Focus fire? Something like Noah, Swimsuit Izuna, Sakurako. So it's Sakurako, right? Or Swimsuit Ichika. We did already said her. But yeah, you guys get what I mean. I never had any of those. But I managed to beat Gauze until hard mode. Or was it very hard? No, hard mode only. And oh boy, I fell in love with that boss fight because it was so interactive. I thought it was just gonna be a normal tank and spam, but turns out there's more to this game. Like, you need proper strategy, proper timing. You need both AoE on phase 1, you need single target on phase 2. You need something that can focus assault. I don't have that back then, so I had to use Kotori still. And I found it was cool. Gauze was my favorite boss for the longest time until he got replaced by another boss, but we'll get to that later. And then around this time, I also had trouble with bounties. It sounds funny now, but back then, while I was still trying to progress into the game, there's this thing called bounties. You can only get the reward 6 times per day, so you have this and so on, blah blah blah. It was so hard. I got into, I don't know which part was it, maybe 4 or 6 maybe, or something like around this time, around these lines. And my main problem with this Kitengers was like, some of them run, so I needed to kill them fast before they run, and then they are so freaking spread out, right? So in my head, I was like, if there's a character that can group or that can reposition my own characters, there should be a character in the game that moves enemies. So once again, I browsed all through my characters that I have currently, and maybe you guys already know who am I gonna be talking about. I talked about this in some of my streams back then, but where is she? Where is she? Jury, yeah, see, she's level 30. Oh man, so when I was browsing, right, I've read this EX. So, cost 3 moves 4 enemies in a circular area to a designated location. The first time I read this, I kid you not, I'm dead serious about this. Wow, this girl is OP. Because alongside the repositioning of enemies, she can dot them up, damage over time, right? So I leveled her to 30. I think she she didn't entirely carry me, but she did her job. Okay, I managed to clear like uh, two more or three more difficulties along those lines, right? And then yeah, I also unlocked this thing called scrimmage around level 50. I could be wrong on this. Yeah, it happened. No, it was further down the line. I think it was after a month. No, not after a month. My fourth week or third week into the game. Because, yeah, this one. Like, I didn't know what to do back then, but I got destroyed. Right? I really got destroyed here. I've never bothered with this for so long, not until I got into level 70 or 80 or something. Because I never had any UE30 character for so long as well. So yeah. Wait, let's switch first. Let's use Karin. Oops. Okay, so February 19 came, and unfortunately, I still never told my friend that I already started Blue Archive because I still wanted to stream it, okay? So now, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna show you guys some of my posts from back then, bookmarks, rather. There's a lot of stuff that I've posted on Twitter, but some of them I had on bookmarks, so I'm gonna be showing them to you guys right now I'm gonna give you guys a trip down memory lane on how I progressed through my Blue Archive account from 2 years ago. So, February 19, 2 years ago, I never managed to stream. I don't have my PC or I don't have my own laptop yet. That time because my laptop broke. I borrowed my sister's office laptop for 1 whole month, and then around second week or third week of March 2024, I managed to get my own PC, okay, that I'm still using now, two years later. So I'm gonna be showing you guys something. Let me just put it on stream right now. This is gonna be very nostalgic for me, man. Oops. Wait, I can't. What the what? Ah, there we go. Wait, it's still not showing, huh? Here. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing my Twitter. I have to be careful because I have some not safe for work stuff on Twitter. Alright, so let's start here. March 22. Okay, March 22, 2024. I've posted something on Twitter. Time to reveal something on stream tonight. Okay, so this was the first time I've read the story of Blue Archive live on stream. Okay, so I've revealed that I already started playing Blue Archive. I skipped through the story for Pyrox since I've told the whole story for 1 whole month. Okay. And then this one was on March 23. So Benria68. This was the first time I've met Aru in-game. I didn't know her personality. I just admired how she looks and fell in love immediately for Problem Solver 68. I had to save this screenshot. I remembered I even opened Paint live on stream just to save this. And yeah, this happened 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago. Right? If you're nitpicking, this happened 1 year and 11 months ago, right? But you guys get the point. And so, March 25. So, 1 month into the game, I was already level 65 because, like I said, I've been refreshing hard. Like, I reached sometimes 90 energy and then 120 energy just for daily refreshes because I was trying so hard to catch up to late game, right? So this one, I did make a post, March 25. I did my best, boys. Unfortunately, wasn't good enough for extreme. So this was my first ever hardcore clear. I'm still quite satisfied with hardcore, I guess. I hope I don't get kicked out of 50k this time. So I was referring to not being kicked out of gold rank because 50k is like the highest or lowest you could get. Hello, Rock. Good evening. Yeah, good timing. I'm starting a trip down memory lane, man. So yeah, if you missed some of the stuff, you can rewatch the VOD, or this is gonna be uploaded on YouTube anyway. So when I was talking about the past, and cheers, happy birthday! Thank you for coming. It's your birthday today. Good evening, man. Cheers. Thank you for coming to the stream, even though I know you're busy today. I really appreciate you, man. So yeah, this was my first hardcore clear. I tried extreme, but I failed horribly. I was level 65. Yeah, cheers. So yeah, if you have questions and stuff, just ask me, okay? Because I might forget some stuff and so on. So I'm just gonna continue the story, okay? So yeah, I was pretty happy back then. Rank 44, man. 44,000. Right? And then this one, April 5. This was my third. Oh, hold on. April 5, my first 200 pulls was Hanako. My second, you know what? Let me find Blue Archive banners. Hold on a sec. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna show it on stream as well. Blue Archive banners. Because I don't remember who was my second. Who was my second 200 pulls? My first 200 pulls was Hanako. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh man, it's not loading. Okay, there we go. Let's scroll down to 2024. I need to spot the Hanako banner. I need the Hanako banner first. Yeah, this one. So this is when I started playing the game. Second week of February, 1 week before Ruff's birthday. Hello, Hayes. I've also been playing for 2 years since a collaboration with Toaro Anime, but my level is still 54. All good, man. I mean, to each their own, right? Maybe you're just pretty chill, but for me, I wanted to get into the late game fast. But yeah, so my first 200 pulls was Swimsuit Hanako right here. My second 200 pull, who was it? Yuka! Yeah, Yuka was my second. My second 200 pulls as well. And then my third 200 pulls was Ako. Right. So, yeah. I was already bankrupt here. Only 12k left. And then I tried building her because I was so desperate on supports, man. Back then, I was level, what was this? 68? And I cannot even max her out. Tier 5 gears, by the way. And yeah, it was worth it though. I think getting... Oops. Getting Ako right there was pretty good. Let's get to my bookmarks again. And then here... So we are now on... Yeah, man. And we are now on April 11th. Oh, this is gonna be good. This one is very special to me. This was my first ever extreme clear, boys. This was Bina. Let's read this together, okay? A post that I've made April 11, 2024. Just got my first ever extreme difficulty clear. 3 teams, by the way. 3 freaking teams on Bina. And still under level. They were level 69. Some are level 60. Right? Only 1 team properly built. So I have this team, Akane. 2-star Akane, bro. 3-star Hanako. And then UE30, Mika. But only level 69. Right? 3-star Ako Kotama. 2-star Utaha. Man, look at this. 3-star Yuka Iori, 4-star Naomi because free, 2-star Serena. Right? 2 months playtime, F2P, no friend assist. I was so happy about this because I made a team, you know? I was trying so hard. One proper team. I think to transition to phase 2, and then phase 2, in my head, right here, I wanted to utilize Miyu, right? I dropped Hifumi tank plus attack speed subskill alongside Utaha turrets. So we gain more benefits from weakness detection from Miyu. And then I have a tank, I have a healer in Kokona. As for the third team, this is phase 3. I had to use 2 mobility because I was dodging the Laser of Bina. Also, I use Utaha here for the Laser of Bina and then the Sandstorm and stuff. Even had a freaking Saori because I don't have anyone else. Level 63, 3-star. I think I put... Oh, here. Even Ruff commented. Well, let's read that together. But yeah, this one. My comment here, what went through my head, okay? First team, Weird Tech, use Swimsuit Hanako basic for defense debuff, right? So, I was using Hanako basic and Akane EX for the defense shred, right? And then solo tank Ojisan plus my healer was Ako basic only. And as for my second team, like I said guys, I was reading my whole account. I never went through any guides, never watched anything. Second team utilized Miyu's EX, so I needed more hits, like I said earlier, with Hifumi tank plus attack speed on sub and Utaha turrets. And third team, 2 movements on Thaisuka and shields for the Sandstorm, right? And then Rup commented 2 years ago, how many your account? Only one. This is the same account that I'm using now. I'm reviewing something from 2 years ago, man. I only have one Blue Archive account. I'm not a Smurf, so yeah. And then Ruff commented, nice, faster than I was then. But Ruff isn't a day one player, I think. And then I commented, not sure if I already mentioned this, but I was only quote-unquote fast because I use Pyroxenes for AP refresh on a daily basis. And more than 1 or 3 refreshes. I've been refreshing a lot. And then, yeah, I also Ruff commented, I see that makes sense. And then I told him, it's the only choice I had to somehow catch up. Right? So, yeah, I felt so good back then. But, yeah, extreme clear, man. 3 teams. Imagine that. Wow, I've come... This is one of those started from the bottom, now we're here, right? I'm feeling so nostalgic about this, looking at this now. I'm kind of tearing up, man. I worked hard on my freaking account. Let's continue. And then, April 14, I made another post. 2 more days until the assault is over. I was so anxious, right? Am I gonna get kicked out of rank 50k? I was 38k on Extreme Bina. I was level 70, so I just wanted to get a gold. Okay? Back then, like, I just want gold trophies. And then, I was so happy. Look at this, man. April 17, 1 week later, after that, my first ever Extreme Clear, I've managed to get my first ever gold trophy, which was Bina. Man, look at this. I was so happy. Thankfully, I didn't get kicked out of 50k. Man. It was so simple back then, huh? April 17, 2024. Yeah, let's freaking go. My first gold trophy. Whew. And then, April 27. Oh, I was happy that Aris is now farmable. They've released Area 23. And then April 28, for the first time ever, people joined my club. Okay, because I was alone in my club for 2 whole months. 2 months. I was alone in my own club. And these 3 popped out and they quitted the game anyway. But yeah, shout out to Hanzo, OP, and then whoever this guy is. I hope they're still doing good today. And then April 29, this was... What was this? Kaiten. So 2 months into the game, I've managed to beat Kaiten Extreme on 3. No. Managed to beat Kaiten on Extreme for yellow and blue, but I just can't on red. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here because during this time, Dress Hina never existed, okay? And I only had Aru as my red DPS. And yeah, I had 7k points. But look at this guys, level 87 and they were struggling on some stuff as well. This guy struggled on blue. This another level 87 guy struggled on yellow, but I was level 73 at this time. And then I just kind of given up. If this won't give me a gold trophy, then that sucks, right? It is what it is. I won't be spending more time on this because maybe... excuse me for the burp. Maybe I would have been able to beat this on Extreme if I borrowed a character. Because during this time on Extreme, I'm still too stubborn to borrow any character. I just wanted to clear all extreme with my own characters that I've built, and so on. Which was a very bad decision, by the way, because right now, for those newer players, I would suggest to completely just borrow a carry, man. So that would make you even faster in terms of game progression. And then here, May 1, 2024, let's fucking go. My second gold trophy. I was so happy for my freaking second gold trophy, man. Imagine. I was ranked 24k-ish. I guess quite a number of people struggled with Extreme Kaiten too. Good to know I wasn't the only one, because until today, okay, if we are... I'm just gonna comment on this real quick. Until today, if we are only talking about Torment and below assaults, in my honest opinion, Kaiten is the hardest boss in the game. Okay? But according to a viewer friend of mine, shoutouts to Muneko, in Lunatic, Peroro became the hardest boss in the game. But I think Peroro is the easiest boss in the game if it's Torment and below. Okay? Just to say that. But yeah. And then we are on May 8th. So 1 week later, May 8, 2024, I've managed to clear Chesed Extreme 1 team. Okay? So again, I never borrowed anything. Like I said, I was too stubborn. And then let's see what did my past self posted. I had like 5 attempts trying to figure out how to deal with all those stuff, because it was a very different boss. This was my first time fighting Chesed, I think. And the boss was very far back, and you need single target, and you also need massive AoE, right? For like 2 areas. You guys know how Chesed works, right? And then what was this? Decided to just run triple DPS comp, so I ran Nonomi, Iori, and then Mika for single target as well. And then I tried insane difficulty just to see how it looks like, because I had to test it out, right? I managed to able to clear extremely with 1 team, so I went into insane, but I didn't know that those, if you don't kill them fast enough, they will self-destruct and kill the nearest student. And then May 15, 2024, I was so happy because I just got my 3rd gold trophy, man. And then I dropped around 23k, which is a lot safer than before, because around this time, my main goal was to get into top 50k, right? And then I was like, glad to know my account is improving somehow. I was so happy back then, man. And then 1 month later, Kurokage. Managed to clear extreme difficulty Kurokage with 1 team, okay? Once again, no borrows. I'm too stubborn, man. No fucking way I'd be able to clear it in insane. I won't even try. No, I lied here. I'm sorry. I actually tried after this post because I wanted to see how my account fares on insane difficulty of Kurokage. I remember that. This is a lie. I'm sorry. I do tend to say I don't lie, but caught red-handed. Gebura is my worst boss because it is hard to defeat and it requires a special dealer. Yeah, exactly. I've mentioned this a lot of times already. Gebura is one of those bosses that is very restrictive in Blue Archive. I'm gonna borrow the term gatekeeping or student keeping for 3C, right? Because yeah, you cannot actually brute force Gebura. You really need a special damage dealer. So yeah, I understand you, man. Speaking of Gebura, I've pinned, it's on my pinned Twitch chat. If you wanted to see my Torment Clear yesterday, I've uploaded it on YouTube. So if you haven't watched it yet and feel like watching it, it's there, okay? So yeah, I was feeling happy about this, and then I'm expecting my rank to drop drastically until the last day, but I'm still satisfied with my clear because it was first day, or second day, sorry. I was ranked 8.1k, but I know it's not gonna be my platinum, right? For sure, because it's only extreme clear. And then, I didn't post anything, I guess. We are now on June 12. So, like I said earlier, Gauss was my favorite boss for so long. Back then, I only managed to clear Gauss on my first week of the game on hard difficulty, right? So this time, I just wanted my revenge to be extreme clear. And I'll be happy for Gauss. And now look at this hum. Oh my god, man. Man, I'm actually tearing up. Holy shit. What? 5 gold trophies. I've come a long way, bro. Oh my god. Such a humble collection, man. So, my first gold was Bina. And then I got Kaiten, right? And the Chesed, and then Hod. I think. Oh, Hod I didn't post because I was shitting on Hod. I still hate Hod until to this day, by the way. So, yeah, man. Looking at this now. Humble beginnings. 5 golds. Wow. Yeah, I was celebrating my Ghost... Oh, wait. Kurokage. And then I wanted to add Ghost Trophy. Damn. And then we are at June 21st. Managed to beat Extreme Gauze with one team for each type. Okay? Once again, as always, no burrows. Around this time, I already spent 200 pulls on Himari. So, as you can see, guys, I've talked about this many times, especially in Grand Assaults. Supports will stay the same, but the DPS will be different, as you can see here. So let's review what I did 2 years ago. Extreme Clear, Ako Himari everywhere, Thais Yuka for mobility, and then Oji-san for aura buff and attack buff and cost. And then for blue, I use Hanako and Hatsumi. For red, I just use Aru Mutsuki. For yellow, I use Nonomi phase 1. And then Mika on phase 2. Right? Oh wait, I have a message here. I still don't think I can beat him on Insane though. So yeah, I still failed my first Insane clear here. I'm very satisfied. Finally got my revenge. And then, most team building RPGs rule of thumb. See? Exactly. Nothing changed, man. You may have to change your DPS, but supports will stay the same. Yeah, man. It's true. Yeah. I will say that every single time. Wow, man. I've come a very long way. Jeez. And then, June 22. This was Season 7. I think. I wanted to rank up in PvP. Because I've been seeing a lot of Iroha. And then I managed to get a spook from Iroha. I forgot which banner. And then I was so broke, man. I managed to get Iroha, but no books, no credits, no tech notes, no artifacts, no tier 8 gear. But yeah, all level 1 skills. I was so poor, man. 2 million credits, tier 7 gear, level 1 gear, level 35 Iroha. I was so poor. Oh my goodness. But yeah, and now I've managed to get the trophy from Gauze. 6 gold trophies, man. So this is June 26th. So March, April, May, June. So 4 months into the game. I remember my first ever Insane Clear was 6 months. But it was Shirokuro. But yeah. Gotta add Wakamo Hovercraft here soon. I see. And then I was talking about Wakamo, and then I've built up my Mika because I love Toyama now. Right? And Mika was still very strong. I finally managed to get level 87 because that was the level cap for players back then. And then tier 8 gear, that was the fully maxed. Back then, I never cared about UE40. For me, if you get a character to UE30, get their weapon, it's a big stat boost, right? So yeah, and then we are here, finally. This was after the stream, I think. Yeah, I remember. This was Echo. Yeah, this is Echo. Shoutouts to Fate Echo. Thank you for the Wakamo back then, 2 years ago. He went to my stream, and then I was doing Shirokuro. It was Shirokuro, and I was like, I cannot beat it. So I had to borrow. For the first time ever, I've decided to borrow a character. And he had a UE50 Wakamo. And during this time, I only had like UE30 on some of my characters. And most of my characters doesn't even have weapons. So yeah. I didn't know how to use Wakamo, by the way. Like the backloaded damage for 10 seconds. And then try to accumulate damage based on her attack. And then I was trying to... yeah, here. I have my own explanation. Here. So, after 5 attempts... After 5 attempts on special, turns out the best strat to do, at least for me, was to use Wakamo's backloaded damage as support for Hasumi. Yeah, I had to calculate that just after I use Wakamo's EX, I'm gonna be using Thais Hasumi's EX as well. So, the cap for the backloaded damage is maxed out, right? Yeah, which I find pretty weird but effective because, again, that was my first time using Wakamo. It was the first character in the game for me that had backloaded damage. I didn't know how to use her. And then I was like, if this doesn't get me platinum, then so be it. Like, I never cared. Although I do care, but I say I don't care because it was an insane clear. This was my first ever insane clear, guys. Yeah, I'm still satisfied with triple insane clear, as I posted there. And then I was ranked 7.1k. And then here, July 24, 2024. 5 months. Man, 5 months of playing Blue Archive and I finally got my first ever platinum trophy. Yeah, I hope next time I can get it without borrowing a friend's character though. Yeah, I was still a bit stubborn, but that didn't mean to sound hypocritical. I was still so happy. Yeah, F2P by the way. Yeah, 5 months into the game, man. First ever platinum. That feeling, yeah, I remember that. It was Shirokuro. I thought it was 6 months, but wow. And then, a week later, I remember this one. It was Hieronymus. I tuned into Rough Stream back then. This was that moment I was trying to understand why was he using Azusa. Yeah, I remember this because I used 2 healers on what's it called? Lantern or lamp duty on Hieronymus. And back then, there were no Rio, no Kisaki, so my buffers was like Aku Himari. I never had New Year Fuka back then. Okay? And managed to stay on Insane. So I was level 88. So the level cap got increased to 90 at this point. So yeah, this was my... Oh, right. I thank Rob for... thanks, Rob, for the help. No worries. I'm not gonna use this as an excuse not to build my own Dresina. Yeah. During this time, in my head, I still don't want to build my own Dresina because I can just borrow it if I want to. If I need her. Right? And then, if this doesn't get me platinum, so be it. I'm broke as fuck. I cannot get my... I can't upgrade my account any further during this time. And then... Oh, I started reading event stories because I had free time, I guess. And I fell in love with Ichika. If I read the story when this event came out, I seriously would have pulled for her. Yeah. This was, I don't know, 3 months later into the game. Into the banner. And Ichika banner isn't out anymore during this time. I've been posting her and then... Yeah, I know I skipped your banner before. I posted this on August 3. But if you ever decided to spook me, I'ma do my best to UE50 fully max you. It's still true to this day, by the way. If I ever get an Ichika spook, I will max her out. I love Ichika so much. Okay? And then, Dress Makoto. This was the Dressina event, but as always, back then, I couldn't read the event stories because I was busy with personal stuff. Personal life. And I'm just gonna rereading event stories when I have free time, right? I was simping so hard for Dress Makoto right here. And yeah. Wait, what was this? 6 months into platinums in a row. Hope I can continue this streak with the upcoming Kaiten. Ah, right. So, I had this mentality. Hello, Tracy. Good evening. Yeah. You were a bit late, but this is gonna be uploaded on YouTube anyway in a later date. But I've been telling my story. So this one, we are now at August 6, 2024. How are you doing, by the way? Good evening. So this was my second platinum. So with my mindset, whenever I beat a boss for like extreme or insane, for example, insane, I will never go back to extreme. I will do my best. I will try so hard to clear that type of difficulty. So for example, once I clear one torment, I will never go back on insane any bosses. So all torments, but we'll get there later. So here, I managed to clear Shirokuro for insane, and then I got my second platinum in a row. Which was this? Oh yeah, Hieronymus. So I've posted this August 7, 2024. I still remember that time I got my first gold trophy being about 4 months ago, which was 2 months into the game, and now I have 2 platinums, and then getting my third soon. And I still don't have my gold Peroro right here. So I have to look at that so humble beginnings, man. Damn, I've come a pretty long way. Jeez. Sorry for sounding like a broken record, but I don't know, I feel nostalgic, man. And then this was the time Tier 9 gear got released, and I've been salty about this because Tier 8 to Tier 9 only had 2% attack. So this is only for min-maxers, right? Crit damage stayed the same for whatever reason. But yeah. And then, this one, Insane Clear, did a quick initial run on Kaiten Insane difficulty, and it went exactly as I predicted. One team clear for Red and Yellow, and 2 teams for Mystic because I don't have New Year Kayoko for so long. I don't have Kayoko, man. I got Kayoko 2025. Yeah, only last year, I think. And then Mike tried to aim a faster run on the weekends. I'm quite contented already, but I think I didn't try the faster run. And then what was this? This was the blue clear on Kaiten still. I had to borrow, I think this was Echo again. Echo's Wakamo. Look at this, man. This was my first ever Kaiten blue. I used Ibuki Iroha. I used Serena Tsubaki. 4-star, by the way. I moved Tsubaki in front. And then defense debuff with Kikyo. And then Hanako Squirt. And then Iroha Ibuki, man. Oh my goodness. And then for the second team, I had Taitsuka, of course, for the shields. And then Hasumi again with Wakamo. Level 80. I don't have a level 90 just yet. Wow. Looks funny now, but hey, it worked back then. Damn. I can't help but smile about what was I thinking in the past. This is what happens when you don't watch guides or something, right? Like, I gotta do what I gotta do, man, with my own account. And then, August 20, I've pulled Dress Arrow. I've announced it on stream, but if I remember correctly, I got Dress Arrow in 40 or 50 pulls. Yeah, and I stopped there. I skipped Dress Kayoko. I remember Ruff was here as well. We've unlocked L2D on the first day. I gifted Boss Aru gifts on the cafe just to unlock the L2D. Yeah, I remember that. And then August 20, I've posted my 200 Day in Blue archive. Yeah, it still feels like a noob because it was my the beginning of my insane difficulty clears, right? Wow. And then moving on to Chesed, August 28, 2024. F-Man, I didn't know those mobs would spawn. Yeah, this was my second attempt on Insane Chesed, but my first attempt was I couldn't beat those mobs, right? Remember earlier, the earlier story. This one, I could kill them, but I didn't know they would spawn more mobs on Chesed, right? And yeah, clear as a clear. Oh, this time I was playing Sword of Convalaria as well. So I was pretty complacent that I can clear any insane difficulties now. I think this was the time that I was streaming Blue Archive, and then there were reruns of bosses like Bina, Peroro, I think. I could be wrong on this, but I was playing insane, but I failed to get platinums because I didn't try hard enough. Why? Because in my head, if I get a platinum of a boss, I don't need to get another platinum of that boss. And then Rob came to my stream and he was like, dude, you know that there are bosses that has different platinum trophies. And I didn't know that. I was like, wait, you can't be serious, man, because I skipped some bosses. Yeah, Raf, you remember that, right? I was like, wait, shit, I wasted platinum trophies then. So I missed some Peroro, Bina, and I remember, Raf, I zoomed into my cafe, looked into each platinum trophies, and I was like, oh shit, they're different. Oh, and I had a facepalm moment. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I was so laid back, very complacent on Insane, but yeah. Holy shit, man. Yeah, that was really bad. And then here, 4th platinum in a row. This was Chesed. I was happy already, rank 8.3k. And this was Ruff's Makoto for sure. Right? Because Ruff was my only friend in Echo back then, 2 years ago, on Blue Archive. So, 4-star Nonomi, 3-star Boss Aru, and borrowed Makoto. And then we are on September 4. This was when I pulled Fuka. I got Fuka in 60, Koyuki 100, Haruna at 110, but I never used Haruna anyway. Yeah, this. I didn't need to. I didn't even bother with Akari. I think. Wait, no. I think I continued Akari 200. I could be wrong on that. Or, I'm not sure if I spoke Akari though. But yeah, and here we have, on September 4, I got my fourth platinum. So it was Chesed, right? And then, oh, this one. Yeah, I think this was Bina. Yeah, this is one of those trophies that I missed because I was like, I was just having fun. I was playing Sword of Convalaria back then. I did my insane clears and I never bothered getting a faster clear. And then, yeah, here, Ruff commented, the only difference in rewards is the trophy anyway. I never thought he was trying to tell me that platinum trophies are different. And then I was like, I cared about trophies for collection, but I didn't understood him back then. That was a very big mistake. Not a very big mistake, but a mistake nonetheless. And then this was September 20. I was trying to farm Aru for UE50. I never used Eligmas on Aru, but I was just farming hard difficulty just to get her LFs on a daily basis. So this was half a year into the game. And then this one was my revenge on Peroro, but immediately Insane, right? Insane Peroro Zilla Day 2 managed to get a better score and cleared it with one team. This was Iroha Ibuki, I think. Yeah, decided to borrow Kayoko because everything became so easy. Now I know why I'm suffering on all this Mystic defense, because the damage is so lackluster without New Year Kayoko, man. It's so bad without her. And then, yeah, it took me a while to realize she's the key. Why am I so stupid? Because in my head, during this time, if I had an attack buffer, Himari, if I had a crit buffer in Ako, I don't need anything else. I was so naive. I didn't know that there's a different multiplier for red effectiveness, blue effectiveness, yellow effectiveness, whatsoever, right? And yeah, the damage was so different, man. Yeah, this one I remember this because for those of you who watched me for so long now, I only check other people's clear once I finish my own, right? It turns out everything was doing the same thing as me. I'm not saying they copied me because I wasn't doing YouTube back then, which I should have. And then, yeah, look at the caption here. What the fuck? Okay, so after my clear, now I check what people are using. Shit, everything's the same, even the freaking positioning. Because we all know, in Peroro, right, you need proper positioning. So the laser gets properly designated to Natsu. So I managed to get a proper position in positioning molding every beginning of the fight. And then, now it looks like I just copied them. That's one hell of a... I still could not believe that. And then I had to borrow Kayoko, as you guys can see. Turns out, for the first time in Blue Archive, I did something correct because that's what people are using, right? So, I think this is the first time I've managed to do a lineup where most people are actually doing the same thing. I mean, aside from Gebura, because there's only one best team in Gebura, right? And then moving on to October 4. Yeah, next day. Weird to see my rank this high up on third day of insane difficulty because I was ranked 1.7k on the freaking third day, by the way, on total assault. So I still couldn't believe it. And then this is even easier than Bina. I still think Peroro is the easiest boss in the whole game, Torment and below. Okay, but in Lunatic, Peroro is the hardest. And oh yeah, this one I dropped to rank 11k gold for Bina. Yeah, that was the time I skipped Bina because I skipped trying so hard because of the freaking platinum trophy. But yeah. And then this was the first time I got into platinum of season 7, I think. This was when I used Utaha or Iroha. Yeah, season 7. Oh my god. Okay, October 8, guys. October 8. Fury of Set, floor 49. I was so happy. Floor 49, boys! So pure, man. Had 3 attempts. 3 attempts on stage 49, man. It sounds funny now, but back then, I was trying so hard, okay? This was a big achievement for me back then. And then, I badly need another auto-attacker Mystic DPS. This was those times Kuroko never existed yet. And I don't have Sakurako, and I don't have New Year Kayoko. So I borrowed Ralph's Izuna. This was yours for sure. Right? And then I don't have Shimsushiro ko. Look at this. I was using Himari and Kotama, but looking at it now, I think I used Himari for the cost recovery sub, but I never used her as a buffer. I used Kotama for the AoE attack buff. Look at this, man. 3-star Nuri Akari, 5-star Himari Kotama, and so on. Level 72 Hanako. Wow. And now I'm just clearing stage 97 like it's nothing. Wow. Okay, the controversial one. Once again, I never regretted this, okay? So, this was the Nagi Toki rerun, October 17, guys. Okay? I already know, at this time, at this point in the game, Nagi would boost my account so much. But I love Toki, right? Because back then, she was the only one I'm missing for CNC. And I love maids, I love CNC. You all know what happened. Yeah. Oh, I never bookmarked it, I guess. But yeah, I picked Toki here. I only got Nagi recently, right? I pulled her on stream. Yeah, pisu. No regrets, but until today, I still never built Toki. I just like looking at her. That's about it. And then, oh, this one. Remember when I said earlier that whenever I clear Insane, I will do my hardest to get Insane on all difficulties. But Gregorius, this was my first ever Gregorius encounter. So, I failed. I cannot beat it on Insane whatever I do, man. I could not freaking understand. But this was also the day that Goz was replaced as my most favorite boss in the game. The second Greg, oh, this was my first Greg. So yeah, look at my caption. I gotta say, Gregorius is legit the coolest boss. Yes, and to this day, I still love Gregorius. Sorry. I love the orchestra thing with the conductor, pianist, and the choir, right? Like, it's so freaking cool, man. But holy shit, he's also the most difficult so far. Once again, guys, I'm sorry to sound like a broken record. I don't read or watch guides. I just go in blind. I try to figure it out by myself. And I cannot beat Gregorius whatever I do. I've been body throwing everything. Insane is impossible. I cannot beat it. Like in extreme, I can beat it easily with like Iroha or something. But yeah, unfortunately for me, I took a step back because Gregorius was so hard back then, okay? And then, yeah, as it turns out, clearing Extreme Gregorius is still Platinum. The fuck is this nonsense? I stayed on Platinum when I just played on Extreme difficulty. I still cannot believe it. Okay, so many people struggled on Insane Greg, huh? That somehow made me feel better because I felt like I was so stupid. Like, whatever I do, I cannot beat it. So, yeah, and I got my 8 platinum or 7 platinum right here. And then, at the same time, I've managed to clear Fury of Set Red, stage 60. I still got a long way to 74, but it's an improvement nonetheless, right? From 49, and so on. And then, here, oh, I still haven't picked, wait, no, I bookmarked this wrongly, I guess. Yeah, I bookmarked wrongly. Yeah, I picked Toki. And then I've made this. I just like looking at them, you know. I love CNC until to this day. Sorry for the low resolution because I was still using emulator around this time. And it wasn't on Steam just yet. So this was October 18. Hello Nakamura, good evening. You're late, but if you missed quite a lot of my story, this is gonna be uploaded on YouTube at a later date, or You can just watch the VOD, but I'm gonna be uploading this on YouTube and edit the dead air parts, okay? But yeah, welcome, welcome. Good evening, by the way. Thank you for coming. Cheers. So yeah, let's continue my story. So now, we are on December 12. This was Season 7 of PvP. I've reached 200 swimsuit Shiroko. And that was this, okay? No kidding, I'm dead serious. This is one of the best decisions I've ever made in Blue Archive. Swimsuit Shiroko is so freaking strong. So 200 pulls, and the only 3-star units that I got were 1 dupe Hinata and 1 dupe Himari. That's just horrible. I swear this game hates me. That's what I said. But I never regretted Swimsuit Shiroko. She was so strong. And then, I already felt the immediate PvP boost. Right? Hello, Monico. Good evening, good evening. You're a bit late as well, but once again, I will be posting this on YouTube as well. My whole story, my whole background, okay? For those of you who missed it earlier. Anyway, so Season 7, December 12, I've managed to hit 63. This was my highest in PvP. And then, I was just chilling on extreme difficulty. Oh, I failed another insane here because around this time, I don't have a Kayoko build. I cannot get past phase 1. As embarrassing as this sounds, I don't have Swimsuit Chise, I don't have Kotama. And yeah, it's still a free platinum though. Can you tell me what did you say yesterday? For some reason, what you typed Shiroko? What? What do you mean by that, Moniko? Censored? Wait, are you on our club? On Never Lucky? If you are, what's your name? Okay, so let's continue the story. Oh wait, this is... Oh wait. Oh, that was the... Huh? Oh, I probably did not bookmark enough. Actually, this was recent. It's February 11. Hold on. I did not bookmark everything. Sorry, guys. I was asking which is better overall to pull, Sakurako or Uniform Asuna? I think Sakurako. Because of 2 reasons. Sakurako has crit buff, Asuna is attack buff. Second reason is Sakurako shares the banner with Idol Marie, which you should also be getting because Idol Marie is very strong. But yeah, anyway, so let's skip to this. This is March 27. Okay. I guess the last part of 2020. Oh, it was already December. Okay, my bad. Sorry. I'm drunk. December, and then next one is March. So on January and February of 2025, I was just doing insane whatever. I guess it was never a big deal for me anymore because I was just collecting platinums. And then here, I've managed to reach rank 9. This was season 8, right? Still season 7 because it's Swimsuit Ayane. This is season 7. My highest was rank 9, but at the end of the, season 7, I was rank 60, or 63 or something. And then June 25, this was season 8, okay, outdoor. I had to refresh for the first time ever in PvP because I ended up in rank 4 as my last attack of the day. I had to do a refresh to make an attempt on rank 1. And then, let's read my caption. I did one ticket refresh because I knew I just had to take it. I'm not sure when will I get another chance. I am now a Miyako sim. OG Miyako because I had to counter Satsuki, okay? Every other tank that I use, Sasuke just kill it straight up. So, I cannot even use Tsubaki because it was a Kuroko meta already on Season 8. So, I use Miyako so she can tank both Satsuki and Kuroko. Yeah, this one, look at this. Rank 1 baby, I was so happy. June 25, 2025, right? Shunless, I still don't have Shun this time because Archive Recruitment isn't out yet, right? And then only Miyako the GOAT. Yeah, and then here, this was the most amazing feeling ever. I'm now gonna share to you guys. July 30, 2025. My first ever Torment Clear. I was like, my chest was beating so fast, my hands were shaking, and this one is extra special since Gregorius is my most favorite boss because he already beat Goz, right? Yeah, I love the fight, and then when I realized the whole fight actually only revolves around Mine's EX timing, it was actually became a very easy boss. So it was a one-team clear, it was Grand Assault, and one more thing that this one was so hard to forget because ever since I've managed to clear Torment, I still used my sweeps on Insane. So I missed some coins here and there. I couldn't find the post about that though. But yeah, I remember Ruff commented on that as well. But yeah, I freaking swept on the freaking Insane, man. Because it's a Grand Assault. So I was sweeping red on Insane, sweeping yellow on Insane. And then I accidentally used my freaking sweep. Oh, yeah, let me hide first. Because there are some... Don't clip it! Don't freaking clip it. Okay, wait. Let me find some stuff. Wait, I should have some other stuff in here. Some of the... Oh, I have a lot of Not Safe for Work bookmark. Wait, is that the end? Oh, that was the end of my bookmark stories. Yeah, oh, sorry about that. No, oops, you didn't saw that. Forget about it. Forget it. Forget it. But yeah, what was I talking about? So yeah, you guys know what happened already after this. So August of 2025 until today, I never took a step back. I was trying so hard every Torment Clear. I guess I never posted on stuff. Maybe I did not bookmark them anymore because it was too recent. GA Gregorius was my first Torment, yes. And then after this, it was Wakamo Torment. I also stream all my Torment Clears live on Twitch except Kaiten because it happened during second week of December on 2025 because I was so busy on since December 10 until December 27 because December 15 was my birthday and I had to attend Misa de Gallo, right? From December 16 to December 24 and I completed everything, of course. And then yeah, I streamed TV, right? No, I streamed Tifares Clear Yellow January 1st week already. So yeah, you guys already know what happened after this. Everything happened on stream and I think Nakamura joined me live. It was my first Torment Clear on Shirokuro. If I remember, yeah, because we were molding about the positioning of the shoe post and stuff. Yeah, you guys were here, right? You guys already know what happened. So my backstory ends there. So once again, for those of you who missed my... No, it was Grand Assault, right? Was it Total Assault? It was purple. Because I remember I was using Shufogakis. Yeah, I never posted that anymore because everything was done live on stream. And then on February... No, last week of January, I started YouTube channel. What was your first Torment in Total Assault? Wait, hold on. Let me scroll up. My first Torment in... I think Hieronymus? Oh, oops. It was here. Hold on. Hieronymus. Yeah, because my first Grand Assault Insane... Oh, wait. What are you talking... What are you asking? First Torment? This was Insane. Sorry. My first Torment Total Assault? I think Wakamo. Whoever's after that Gregorius. Whoever was. I think it was Wakamo though. Because I remember... Ruff, do you remember that? I was using a UE50 Haruka and she still died. I had to use 3 teams on Total Assault Wakamo. I was molding on Kayoko Basic, right? And then Haruka was trying to survive the whole phase 1 fight without a healer. Because I was using Idol Marie to heal Mika. Yeah, I don't have a build Amy, I don't have a build Fubuki, I don't have a build Hifumi. And I was using Haruka UE50 as a single tank. Right? You were here. And we were laughing because I had to use 3 teams. I decided to just body throw on the 3rd team for the phase 2 of Wakamo. Yeah. So yeah, and everything happened until now. So I decided to start a YouTube channel. And I kind of regretted that. Like, I should have, ever since my Extreme Clear at least, I should have started uploading on YouTube. I guess I was a little overwhelmed by some people because, you know, they were like already clearing Insane, they were clearing Torment and stuff. And back then, I was already happy with clearing Extreme. To be honest, you could have just kept your past videos. You mean the Honkai Star Rail and Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm not sure, man. But yeah, I guess I just decided to be a single channel. No, single game channel. Can you rate my account? How though? How? I cannot log into your account unless maybe you can give me a screenshot or something. But you said you were level 50, so it's not fair for me to rate your account unless you're in late game or at least a max level account. So, because it's gonna be tough to rate, man. Maybe once you reach level 90, okay? Because right now you told me you were level 50-ish. It's not gonna be fair to for you. No, it's not gonna be fair for me to rate your account because I'm gonna be biased about it. Can you rate my account too? Man, come on, you're a lunatic player. Can't do that. But yeah. So, as for my journey, okay, let me just talk about some other stuff right now. You guys can comment if you feel like it, okay? Your account profile. Okay, let's do this first. I'm gonna add you as well. Sure. All good, all good. Wait, 2 accounts? Which is your main? I'm only gonna rate your main account. Which one? I guess I'll take a look which one has the higher level. How do you add friends again? Here? Both main accounts? Wow, you have so much free time, huh? Let me see this one first. Come on, man. You are level 25. No, I ain't doing that, man. No trolling, man. Come on. I thought you were serious for a sec. Sorry, if this is level 90, I won't rate it. Nah, it's 54, man. Come on. Like, what am I supposed to rate on a level 54? I'm not trying to look down, okay? But what is there to rate? Like, look at this. Level 1 Kisaki. Of course you don't have resources. Level 1 Nagi. I cannot rate it, man. Unless you are level 90, okay? Once again, I don't mean to insult or offend you, but it's just not a proper way of reviewing an account. Sorry. My apologies. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. So, as for my... I'm just gonna talk about a bit of stuff. Okay, before we get into our daily PvP. Once again, before the day ends, happy birthday once again, Ruff, because this guy is the reason, or the culprit, or the suspect, or the one to blame for me in starting Blue Archive. So, happy birthday, Ruff. Yeah, cheers. So, as for my Blue Archive journey, right? As you guys might have noticed, and must have heard from me, I don't bother with other Blue Archive YouTubers or streamers or guys, yeah? Thank you, man, as well. Because I actually tried to get into the quote-unquote community, alright, of Blue Archive. And then this happened around my first 6 months into the game. Maybe around before I got into extreme difficulties, okay? I tried to join Discord, and I couldn't understand a single thing. Okay? First of all, the story spoilers, right? Second is the memes. Maybe it's just because I'm old now. I still cannot understand a lot of stuff that Blue Archive community has. For as an example, I still don't understand the OO thing. The OO, I still don't get it. The second one is the crying emoji. Ruff, you were here, right? I think it was you. Ruff went to my stream one time. This was 2 years ago. And he spammed crying emoji. Okay? And then I was like, did something happen? Right? I was actually worried. I was concerned. I was like, wait, did something happen in real life? Or did you get unlucky on your banner? On your polling banner? And he was like, it's a meme. And I have a big question mark on my face. I still don't understand it. Wait, let me answer this question first. Are you going to pull for Aris Meg on the Fest banner? Yes, because Fest banner, in my honest opinion, is the best value of your for your pyroxenes, for everybody's pyroxenes. Plus, K shares the same Fest banner. And yeah, I could be able to get a spook of Uniform Nero because she's the only Fest unit I don't have at the moment. So yeah, and there's also quite a lot of memes I don't understand about Blue Archive. There's also the Gomen Yuka, right? I still don't get it. And it turns out it was NTR of some sort. And then another example is the group of Hanako, Noah, Akari, and then there was one more that I forgot, which was the fourth one. And then as it turns out, they have a group, Dryness Squad. See, what's a Dryness Squad, right? I don't get it because I've read all event stories, all the stories in Blue Archive, all the what do you call it? Event story. Did I say that? And they never, not even once, interacted with each other. Right? Like, why? Why are they portraying that they are together? Or something like that. So yeah. And then there's this the drama stuff about the streamer. There were 4 streamers, okay? that that's supposed to be promoting Blue Archive or something like that. Wait, hold on. Are we talking about the Miss and Thin books? Okay, I don't know what's that thing. Yeah, see, I still don't understand that. Maybe I'm just a boomer. I've been saving for 10 months in my level 25 account, and now there are still 73 students. Wish me luck to get 100 students on the quest banner before level 30. Are you trying to make a challenge account or something? Or is that your collection waifu account? Because I don't get the point on staying level 30 and below, to be honest. But yeah. Moniko says, no one no mi Hanako Akari. Yeah, that one. I thought they were supposed to be a faction or a group or a club into the game, but somehow they're not. They never interacted with each other. But yeah. And then there was the streamer drama and stuff that was trending that I saw in the Blue Archive official channel. I hate drama, by the way, guys. Like, if it's a drama, I don't want to hear it, but it's on the Blue Archive official page on Twitter. And they turns out the community doesn't want those 4 to play Blue Archive or something. And yeah, even though it happened recently, okay, even during my first few months into the game, I just decided to not bother with the community at all. Do you remember the Kuyuki incident? Yes, I remember that. When the game became flooded with a lot of characters on the cafe and something, and then turns out the hacker says go men Nexon and stuff. I think it's more into those 4 don't actually play BA. I'm not sure really. Yeah, I don't know as well. I don't understand it. Just one guy? But yeah, anyway, yeah, I didn't really pay attention to that, but I think it was a streamer drama and stuff. But let's go beyond that, okay? There somehow in Blue Archive, there's this thing called gatekeeping, quote unquote gatekeeping, where if you're a casual or something like that, if you are not based or if you are not a degenerate or something like that, you are not welcome in the community at all. Like there's that kind of hate towards normies, quote unquote normies. And I have to say, I am a normie. I don't get the jokes. I don't get the memes. I don't get what type of shenanigans goes through a typical Blue Archive community member is. But hey, I'm in love with the game and I'm gonna continue playing the game. who said that. You can see that everywhere, man. Like in Blue Archive official page, like if you like suggestions, if you tried reading comment sections and stuff, I also see Limbus Company and Blue Archive community clash with each other in a daily basis. Personally, I play both. I love both games, although Blue Archive is my main game, but I don't understand the point. There are people saying that Blue Archive players should be like degenerates, lolicons, and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Gatekeeping is more for those who don't go beyond the surface. Yeah, that's me. See? That's me. And this is a message, because this is gonna be uploaded on YouTube. A message to a typical community, a typical Blue Archive community member. I don't care what you think. I will play the game. I love the game. Like, who needs validation? Who needs verification? I don't need acknowledgements of those types of community. I will stream the game. I will play the game. I don't care what they think. I guess it's one of those adulting stuff that I stopped giving a fuck of what people think of me, right? I enjoyed the game, so yeah, whether they like me or not, it is what it is, right? Yeah, right, Ruff. Gatekeeping tourists. Yeah, there's this thing called tourists. There was this stuff where people we are people are somehow thinking that some people got into Blue Archive because it's trending, or some people got into Blue Archive because it got a Steam release, or what do you call this? Because pandemic happened, they had no games to play, they had to check for a popular game, and so on. In simple terms, I fuck around however I want. Yeah, like, this is why I'm not a part. You guys notice, right? I'm not a part of Blue Archive Discord. I'm not putting hashtags Blue Archive. I don't put my Twitch link on Twitter anymore because I don't want those people to just barge into my stream. Because remember, most of those people never came back. But in my early months of Blue Archive, there were actually people that quote unquote bash me in the game for trying hard. Okay, like I was testing. You guys know me. I'm suffering live on stream. Back then, I was suffering from extreme, and people come to my stream and they were like, "Bro, it's hard. You can't do that. Just stay on hardcore." And I'm like, "Bro, no. I need to test how my account fares on extreme because I want to feel the account progression." Right? I'm getting bashed, and then people are gonna be spamming or put some words that I don't understand. Maybe they're cursing at me, or it turns out it's gonna be a Blue Archive meme. I don't get it. I don't care. Right? I'm gonna do my own thing. It's not my business. Why should I care about other people's feelings, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna be continuing but playing content of Blue Archive, and I'm gonna be continuing uploading on YouTube. Right? Because here's the thing. I've noticed this because Twitter is the only social media that I generally use on a daily basis. So, on Twitter, people are gonna be, gatekeeping with the tourist stuff. Okay? And a lot of them, I don't want to put people in a box, but you guys get what I mean. Like, majority of them, some people in the internet just wants to spread hate. They want to talk shit about people, toxic community. Once again, I don't mean the whole community, but the toxic members of the community. I don't understand the point. Because me, okay, I swear in the lives of my whole family and my whole bloodline, I never, not even once, bashed a content creator on social media. I never did that because I know that rather than give someone insult or make someone else's day bad, why not spread positivity? Why not spread good news? Okay? Right? Like, here's the thing. A message to not just the community, but for the whole trolls in the internet, okay? Stop bashing what you hate. Because people tend to just bash people just for the sake of bashing. They have plenty of time in their hands. Why not do something productive? Why don't you, instead of focusing on something you hate, why not look on the other side that gives positivity to people? Guys, stop bashing what you hate. Instead, promote what you like. And that's what I'm doing. Okay? I mean, we are humans and humans can't be happy if others are happy. You know what I mean? Huh? And humans can't be happy if others are happy. We are humans and humans can't be happy if others are happy. What? I don't know. I actually don't get what you're saying. Because me, I don't care about other people. Like, I put myself... this doesn't mean I'm a narcissist, okay? But, of course, I will care about my own mental health over somebody else. Okay? Like, hate is a very good engagement fuel. Is it? Okay, here. Now that 3C mentioned love life. Okay. Did I told you guys that I hate drama? I never participated nor commented on any drama, I swear. Except for one. It was Love Live 2023? 2022? It's because I care about Love Live. I love Love Live. I'm one of the OGs. OG Love Liver. Okay? That's why I was so disappointed. I was genuinely upset about what happened with SIF2. Okay? That was the only time I participated in a freaking drama. I raged a post on Twitter because I was so honestly offended. Right? Like, for other stuff, or politics, or any trending stuff about actors and actresses, I don't give a shit. If there's a drama in a game that I know in Limbus, maybe, or in Genshin, right? People tends to engage in things like this, like voice actor. Like, remember the Tinari stuff? I think one of you guys mentioned that live on stream when I was streaming Genshin. The Tinari voice actor. I didn't know about it. And turns out they had a case or something, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's been replaced. Okay, but why are people so fixated on that fucking voice? It's his personal life, bro. Why? Why can't you just play Genshin and enjoy Genshin? Why the fuck would you care about the fucking voice actor, bro? Why? Care about Genshin, then complain about rates, I understand. Why the personal life of somebody else? If I'm not happy, you're not allowed to be happy? Is it? Personally, I never thought of that, because if you're happy, then yeah, it's not of my business. If you're sad, I don't really care as well. But if I'm happy, I care about myself, and I care about people who I care about. I care about my family, of course. But, for example, Ruff. Okay, Ruff is happy for whatever reason. Should I bash him? No. I mean, sure, he's happy, then good for him. Like, I'm neutral. Why would I try to ruin someone's day for the sake of bashing people? I don't understand. Maybe I'm just too old for this. Unfortunately, in any community, you can really promote happiness because there's... Exactly. Muniko, good point. See, this is why in any games that I've played, I was never been a part of any community except Love Live. That's it. So I've played Genshin, played Star Rail, World of Warcraft, Vagrant Order, and none of those I can tell you that I'm a part of their community because I just do my own thing. And I'm happy if I don't care about what other people think of me. I'm gonna be happy if I don't care about other people's feelings. I put myself as my priority. Okay, I care about my mental health. I don't mean to sound too much negativity right now, but I was one of those one step closer to the edge type of person. Okay, I was one of those suicidal back in my younger days. So now that I'm getting older, I just wanted to be happy. So whenever I'm in a bad mood, I don't stream. Okay, because I don't want to spread negativity. When I stream, sure, I'm gonna be suffering on assaults, but you guys are happy. I'm entertaining you guys, and I'm still learning in the process. That's the fun in gaming. This is why I also don't watch guides, because it's kind of pointless if you... Okay, don't be offended. Okay, guys, please. I'm gonna say something, but please do not be offended on this, okay? This is just... I just tend to say what I think, because I enjoy the process of gaming, okay? But I kind of think that guides ruin gamings, you see? Because there are these people that try to follow... I'm just gonna make Blue Archive as an example. Like, they're gonna be bragging about Torment or Insane Clears. They're gonna be bragging about their Platinums where they just followed like a guide where it says, on 6 costs, use this. On 4 costs, do that. On 7 costs, wait for the basic to activate and then move to the right. That's not gaming. You are imitating. You are copying people. Right? I'm not mad at this, but hey, if there's people who enjoys that, sure. But don't call it gaming. You're not a gamer if you just copy what other people do. Don't play the game, just watch them play the game. I don't get it. But yeah, and one more, second example. This is not how to do things, but in Genshin, okay? For those who are unfamiliar with Genshin, there's these patches in Genshin where they unlock a new map and then new puzzles, new treasure chests, new what's it called? Homunculus? The one where you offer to the statue, something culus. And then I know some guy, and it's not a viewer of mine, where just on the first day of Genshin new patch, he had nothing to do anymore. Why? Because he opened a guide, a map, that shows all the treasure chests and all the puzzles in the game and how to do it. And he was like, man, there's nothing to do in the game anymore. I already cleared the map. And I was like, wait, what? And I just got my first common chest. And he was like, I just used a guide to get the luxurious chest and stuff. And I was like, what? Okay, I didn't comment. I didn't argue. And like, dude, you can't complain about Blue Archive being easy if you just follow Torment. It was so fast, man. Wait, hold on. Let me read some stuff. Here's the new game you wanted. It's going EOS. Yeah, rough. Exactly. The Love Live drama, right? And yet again, that's the community for your character design. May attacks the VA. Yeah, I don't understand that. Personally, I never. Like I said, I never did that before. If I'm gonna comment on something, I'm gonna be complimenting them. I don't mean to sound like I'm an angel or a saint. Of course, I am talking shit about the people inside my head. Okay? I'm not a clean guy. I'm not a good guy. But let's say I look at a cosplay on Twitter on a daily basis. And inside my head, man, this chick is so ugly. Like, why would you cosplay that? She looks so bad. Inside my head. But I will never comment that. I will never comment that. Because I don't want to bash someone and make their day very bad. Just keep it to yourself. If you don't have anything good to say, just shut up, right? And yeah. Rule number 1 for gamers, we always fuck around the final. Yeah. I really like your mind. I blame them in... Not blame. Rather than blame, I insult them in my head. Because of course, I'm a person who hates a lot of things rather than good things. But I never say it out loud. Okay? Although, I tend to say out loud if you ask my opinions on it. For example... I mentioned rate my waifu, right? If you told me this is the character that you like, you better be prepared about what am I gonna say. It's not that I'm gonna be insulting that, but you ask my opinion. I will never say it if you don't ask my opinion on it. Right? Like for example, no, I'm not gonna give an example. Actually, no, I could give an example, but I won't say it. I won't say the name, sorry, I won't say the name. So there was... Back in 2019, yeah, in the early days of my Rate My Waifu channel points reward, this guy, I won't name him, or her, or them, he was pretty active in my chat for, I don't know, a week or a month. And then he managed to get points for Rate My Waifu. And then it was a character with the blue... Raf, you know the girl. The archer girl with the umbrella in FGO. Pagan Order. What was her name? The archer with the blue-ish... The Twin Tails? But yeah, maybe you guys know who am I talking about. But yeah. And then he told me that it's his best waifu, top waifu. He loves her so much. And some turns out I actually don't like the character. And then I told him, "Bro, you got shit taste. Like, this character looks so garbage. I don't understand why would you design a character like that." And you know what? He never appeared on my stream ever again. Rate My Waifu was one of the biggest reasons my viewer count actually diminished. But I just voiced my opinion because they asked for it. And like I said, I don't bash people for the sake of bashing them. Okay? As an introvert, I do this. Yeah, man. I'm pretty okay, motherfuckers are just not prepared for reality. Like they just want to hear what they want to hear, you know? Like they're not prepared for a world that doesn't care about their own feelings, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty hard to please too, so more often now instead of some. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 3C, exactly. Like, sure. See, this is one of those moments that me and Rock got into agreement, right? We know, like for example, Ruff's waifu and then my waifu, we don't share the same taste, but we respect each other's taste. For example, Eri. I don't like Eri at all. I really hate the big ass hat, but Ruff accepted my opinions on it, and it doesn't mean he should change his opinions on Eri, right? It's just about respecting each other's taste, right? Yeah, if you don't like something, then just ignore it. Unless it's a game I like and it needed criticism or something. Yeah, something to be passionate about. Something like about me for Love Live. Personally, I don't care about drama, right? But for Love Live, I was so into it. I was so mad about it. Because I care about Love Live. That's the only time I participated in a freaking drama. Yeah, say Shonagon. Yeah, that time. About the people who playing by the guides, the completionism, I personally blame PS3. No, here's it. I don't blame the guide makers. Hello, by the way, multi-track drifter. I think it's wrong for us to blame the guide makers because even though there are guides everywhere, it's still up to the player. Look at me. There are guides, there's a lot of guides, but I don't look at them. I just do my own thing. It's an option. You can just not do it. Like you won't enjoy gaming, man. Like the feeling, the first time I cleared Extreme Bina on 3 Teams Extreme was one of the best feelings ever. It's not so much, it's just rank 40k, but I did it with my own planning, with my own account. You know? The hat stays on. Yeah, it's like for me, I really hate the pointy hats. Okay? But I only mentioned that because we were reviewing Eri that time. The hat stays during. Oh, for example, Uma Musume on the other hand, I don't hate or love it, but I wanted to try it out. I just hated the progression, so that's about it. By the way, you know I do look at guides, but not always. I mean, like I said, it's your thing, but can you be proud of it? Like, can you brag about it? Like, look at this man. I do understand. Okay, hold on. One point that I think I need to address. I know that most people have work, most people have jobs, or students, they don't have enough time, right? I don't have enough time for playing the game. Maybe you could read guides, but you cannot call it gaming though, right? It's not fun if you just try to copy people. But if you find fun in that, sure. There are, however, guides that actually go into mechanics that a game will never explain or you'll never normally figure it out. Yeah, maybe. But personally, I just had to accept my failure. Yeah, because here's the thing. 3C, with that statement, imagine those people who made the guide. Who told them that? They figured it out on their own. So it's not impossible to figure it out on your own. Right? All people will play a game for the first time and don't know everything. And when they figure out something, they make a guide out of it. So meaning, they discover it by doing it blindly. Okay? So, yeah. You can figure it out, but sure, normally, but uh, it's more fun if you discovered it accidentally, you know? Like, for example, let me make Genshin again as an example, okay? In Genshin, there are guides. Like, imagine doing a very hard puzzle, but it turns out it's only common chest. It says on the guide, it's only common chest. Would you do it? It's very complicated puzzle. No, you won't. But if it's a very hard puzzle, and you know it's a luxurious chest, the best chest in the game or whatever, how hard it is, you will follow the guide step by step just to get that chest. See? But, dude, who made the guide? Of course, they played the game blindly, figured it out by themselves, normally. Or maybe by chance, but they figured it out for the first time blindly. Okay? I don't brag at least. No, not brag, like proud rather. Like, can you be in yourself, maybe not sharing to people. Like, if you look at your platinum collection, are you gonna be like, can you remember? Like how you cleared this, how you cleared that? Because I can, right? Because my first clear of platinums, every first of extreme, insane, and torment, I remember them clearly because I've planned them on my own. This is not bragging, but I'm proud of it because I've played it blindly. Okay, and I feel good about it. The idle game I play have wait. Hello, guide makes just fulfilling the demand. Guide makes just fulfilling the demand? Wait, I don't get it. Can you elaborate, multi-track drifter? Fulfilling the demand of what? I don't get it. Sorry, can you elaborate on that? Or is that a joke that I don't understand? No, don't apologize. Can you elaborate? Because I really don't understand that. 3C says, the idle game I play have such hidden mechanics, they had the time to calculate what it affects, as what, how it behaves. Though I myself am not new to discovering mechanics. Dude, pretty sure you've played SIF back in the past, right? Like, we didn't know the proper timing for the encore, the giga boost, and stuff, right? Figuring out how to calculate. Yeah, it's more fun though. Here's the thing. Some people don't enjoy gaming as a process. They just wanted the outcome of it. I'm not criticizing those people who enjoy copying others, but me, I don't find the fun in that, and I cannot really call it gaming if you are just looking at a guide and try to replicate what they did. You know? Guide makers just giving what people want. Yeah, true. Yeah, because let's be real. Most game guides on YouTube tend to be guides, right? Because, like I said, most people have jobs. Some of them are students. Maybe they don't have all the time in the world. Sure, I'm not gonna criticize them in that, okay? But don't call it gaming, man. No, sorry, but no, it's not gaming if you copy, if you are imitating somebody's work and call it your own. Dude, I cleared a platinum. I cleared Torment. This is my platinum trophy. Do you ask them how they did it? I follow the guide. Like, okay, you copied, sure. You didn't play, you copied. But, yeah, man, if you guys are having fun in that, sure. Yeah, I was about to say that. Instead of giving people fish, teach them how to fish. See, this is one of my biggest regret in Honkai Star Rail because I made myself as a guide maker in HSR and I had to take down all my videos. Because I was helping people, but they're telling me I'm wrong even though it's working perfectly fine. So now, on my YouTube approach, it doesn't matter if people wants to check my content, sure, I'm gonna be thankful for that, but I'm not gonna be telling them this is how you do it. What I'm gonna be presenting to you guys, okay, those of you who are in stream, for those of you who are gonna be watching this on YouTube, I am not gonna teach you how to play the game. I'm gonna tell you what I did, I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and it's up to you to think for yourself if you are gonna do what I'm doing and what am I gonna do? Do I make sense? I'm gonna tell you if I'm gonna be pulling for this, if I will skip this, if this is what I'm gonna do on this boss. I'm not gonna tell you guys to copy, okay? So figure out on your own. Like, in your account, who knows? I don't have Fubuki, so you guys have Fubuki or something, then you can use her. Right? Yeah, exactly. Like, I kind of hate those comments, right, on video. No, not on video, not on Blue Archive Twitter. For example, some bosses, and then they are talking about this video guide on YouTube where, for example, just an example, okay? There's this Bina speed clear that has Dressina on it. And then they're gonna be like, oh man, I guess I cannot clear insane Bina now because I don't have Dressina. Bro, Aru is farmable. Azusa's at the shop. Like, Akari is also farmable. Like, there's so many reds. Maybe you have Toki, maybe. Like, imagine my chesed red. Right? Sure, you don't use Aru, you don't use Mutsuki, you don't use Dressina. I use Mashiro and Hibiki for a chesed run. See? That's not what you see on a proper guide, right? I just want people to enjoy gaming as it is. Right? Like, I don't know, it's kind of sad, man. Like, I'm not mad about it, but I just feel, what's the term? Insulted? Because I am a pro gamer, okay? I've played since, I don't know, 2006, 2007. Like, I've been playing constantly different games. And everything, I just went through whatever. If I fail something, I only have myself to blame. If I miss something, sure, whatever. Right? I only have myself to blame. I've played this game and I've played it for myself. And yeah, man. When I do copy though, I want to figure out why they do that theme. Yeah, probably disappointed. Kind of. Maybe. Because, I don't know, man. I am a gamer, right? Sure, I am not a degenerate where I can be welcomed by the Blue Archive community, but I love Blue Archive, man. Geb strat against Chesed Reds. Yeah, see? If people be like, I don't have Aru, I don't have Dressina, I cannot clear Chesed Red. Bro, use CBK, use whatever. Think for yourself, right? How can you do that? I'm gonna show this again because this is something very important to me, guys. For those of you who missed it, this is gonna be posted on YouTube, but this is what changed this is how I changed my view in Blue Archive, okay? Where is it? Here. I'm gonna share it again for those of you who missed it. In April 11, 2 months into the game, I cleared Extreme Bina. Extreme. 3 teams. I was so proud about this. I figured it out on my own. Okay? Only 1 team. No friend assist. 2 months playtime. F2P. Look at the date. 2 years ago, I had to do what had to be done. There's no Dressina back then. Okay? I don't even have an Aru build right there. I have Saori in there. Look at this. I commented on this. What went through my head, first team, used Swimsuit Hanako as a defense debuffer. Team 2 utilized Miyu's EX, needed more hits. Hifumi Tang, Utaha turrets, attack speed sub-skill of Hifumi. And then Tank for Natsu as the buffer on the basic for the turrets and the tank. And the third team, I had to do Yuka and Shizuko. Do you guys think during this time, people only put out Insane and Torment Clears? Right? What if I don't have a guide for Extreme? Right? Like, imagine that. If I was someone who relies on guides, do you think I would be able to clear this? Because it was so hard. Hardcore was easy clear, but this is, I had to push through. And this one screenshot right here, I was so proud about this. People may laugh at this now. I don't care. I worked so hard for this. 3 teams. It's laughable now, right? Level 69. 3 teams. Bina, bro. Bina. Bina is a shit boss. I tried so hard. I will brag about this rather than people who copy Torment. Yeah, say that with a straight face. So that's just my approach into the game, okay? And I just don't say this for the Blue Archive as a game, but try to enjoy the game, guys. The game that you play, because we all have responsibilities. I don't know, some people are students, some people have jobs. Enjoy the game. Like, don't don't make people play the game for you. Okay? You will look at Blue Archive in a different light. I'm not telling you guys here in Twitch chat, but because I'm saying this because this is gonna be uploaded on YouTube. Okay, so I hope you guys, for those of you who are being gate kept by the Blue Archive community, don't give a shit about them. Play Blue Archive, man. Try the game out. The story is peak. The bosses are so unique. Each has its own different mechanics, different niche that you need. You will enjoy the game if you play it blindly. Trust me, don't watch guys. Don't even watch my channel, for fuck's sake. Play the game, right? If you see this on YouTube, stop watching my channel, enjoy the game as it is, and then go back to my channel once you are clearing Insane or Torment on your own. So yeah. And then, let's see. Then I see, oh, that's why Coconut dies fast here. I guess, yeah, that's one thing, right? Because guides somehow, they have high, what do you call it, investment. And then you have, for example, they have UE40, Idol Marie, and then you have a 3-star Idol Marie and so on. Hold on. And this old meme perfectly shows I blame that console. This is safe for work. Wait, hold on. Let me share that in the chat. Wait, I cannot click it? Ah, there we go. Hold on. What? Wait, I can't see it. Is this it? The great thing? Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, there's an ad. I'm not sure if I can show this, but hold on. I think I can. I mean, I'm not gonna be putting this on YouTube though. But it says, the great thing about the 360 Xbox isn't beating the games. It's showing everyone online that I did. Ah, okay, like the achievements and stuff. Yeah, the achievements and stuff. Even PS4 has that too. But yeah, I guess so. See, bragging that you managed to do it on your own. But I guess now that you want to be proud of it, people are gonna search for guides on how to do it and then claim it as their own. But yeah. And so it's already 12:30. I guess I won't be doing my PvP today. Yeah, I'm gonna be cutting the YouTube part video right here. So once again, I still have Blue Archive. I'm gonna continue streaming it on Twitch. Just come online here if you feel like it. And then I'm gonna continue posting stuff on YouTube. So like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. Everything I say here will be posted. Okay. And yeah, the only regret, okay? The only regret that I have in Blue Archive, and the only thing that I hate about Blue Archive, is that I did not started the game on day one. Because if I started the game on day one, I can assure you I'm gonna be playing on Lunatic by now. I think. At least I think so. But yeah. So yeah, once again, I hope you people who are watching this people who are watching this on YouTube enjoyed the whole video. And that's about me. I hope you guys enjoyed my whole story. Okay? So yeah. And I guess peace out and good night, YouTube. And yeah, that's about it for YouTube. So now, for stream, I'm not gonna be doing PvP because it's already way too late. Hold on, let me read first the chat. Achievements, yeah, Multi-Track Drifter. Achievements shifted how people play the games because they're gonna be like, oh, a friend of mine got this achievement. How the fuck do I get that? They're gonna Google and then search, oh, I have to do that. And then I'm gonna show my friend I managed to do it as well. But yeah, I guess it's okay. I still haven't 100% my exploration in Genshin. I couldn't clear Honkai Star Rail back then, but I had to do what I can do. I really can do insane. My student prep game is so bad. Yeah, maybe, man. Hard to say because I can't see your whole account, right? But at least you're trying, see? Because there's no guide for insane for the current state of your account right now as well. So you have to figure it for yourself. That's the fun game. It was stressful, but it was fun. Wait, hold on. Nakamura said, for my failed Geb run, I had to fuck around and find out because my Idol Marie can... Oh, right. Because in Insane, I think you need UE30 Idol Marie to fully heal the heater. In Torment, you need UE40 Idol Marie. So I had to find a way to make sure heater HP doesn't... You can go 2 healers, I guess. But yeah, see, the process of gaming, we need to enjoy that more, guys. That's just what I'm preaching, okay? I hope you guys didn't took it the wrong way. I hope I did not offend any of you guys. Okay, I'm just saying what I'm thinking. So yeah, I'm just being honest. All right. As for that specific boss, at least you good man. Just don't be disheartened about this failed insane Gebra. Make this as a reason, as a revenge. Just like how I felt about the storytelling earlier about Peroro and Goz, right? Hope to do better next time. And you might have Miku. Ah, right. If I ever played on since day one, right? Yeah. For Misaka Mikoto to Aru, I was already playing the game, but I never cared about them. So yeah, I'm good. I'm quite happy to see people speak. Yeah. So I hope you guys didn't find it insulting or offended or whatever. Yeah, this is me. Okay, this is me. So what you see is what you get. I don't have any character, streamer, and so on. That's why I don't like VTubing as well. The virtual YouTubers that put a different mask on it. But yeah, and then play a different character. Somehow they're, rude, cutesy, but it's their tactic. But for me, what you see here is what you get. I'm rude, I'm serious, I tell what I think, I'm outspoken, but yeah.